Hello friends, I am Dr. Jitesh Thakkar from Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering. I welcome you to the journey of Six Sigma. We have already completed 2 lectures and seen the importance of quality and the various dimensions that a company needs to look for in order to be competitive in the global market. Now, in this particular lecture 3, I will take you through the journey of continuous improvement. History of continuous improvement, if you see, then almost 100 and 110 years back, people have started concerning about the quality. The resources are limited and you have to utilize them effectively. So, no company can afford very high rejections, rework, poor skill of the people and so on. So, people have started their quality efforts since last 100 years and various initiatives were taken. So, we will go through all these initiatives and see that how the concept of quality has become more and more competitive and how the company has evolved in their maturity as well as their competitiveness in terms of adopting quality as a key weapon. So, I will try to focus on what are the milestones in the quality, how the concepts of Six Sigma evolved over a period of time, how the concept of value lean is integrated with Six Sigma in order to derive synergistic effect and see that companies can become more and more competitive, and what is certification. So, let us first see the history of continuous improvement and what are the milestones that the industries they have gone through, and today they are able to provide excellent and competitive product to the customers. If we see, then the first initiative in this history during 1979 and 81, that was the quality circle. Before that also, as I mentioned, the concern for quality was there, but more formal practices have been evolved since 1970s and so on. So, during this 1979, quality circle was the main tool, and quality circle basically comprises some 10 to 15 people, and these people they meet regularly. They may be from various functions, it could be a cross functional team, and they will pick up some small problems, discuss on it, and then they try to come out with some amicable solution based on their experience. So, this particular strategy was adopted by say Japan, and they felt that quality is not only the concern of inspection department, it should be the concern of each and every function involved in it, and hence it is only the people who can really say discuss their quality problem and deliver the solutions. Subsequently, people realize as the complexity of the process is increased, magnified, that we need to be more say supported by the mathematical and statistical approaches in order to establish a good control over our processes. So, the application of statistical techniques control to the processes, typically called as statistical quality control, was started, and this has benefited the companies a lot. Subsequently, people realized that fine, I have the various processes under control and everything, but there is a need to have assurance for my quality. It means I should be able to meet certain standard, and because I certify for these standards, I should be seen as the potential partner in the supply chain. It should increase my credibility across the world, and I should be recognized as the credible supplier, manufacturer in the value chain. So, various initiatives were taken, and say International Organization for Standards called ISO, they say helped the company in manufacturing as well as service sector, and they provided basically the broader guidelines. Within these broader guidelines, the company and the function and the process owner basically they have to develop the complete process and the standards for controlling it. So, you can see that the standards underwent major revision in 2000. Now it includes 9000 to 2005 definitions, 9001 to 2008 requirements, and 9004 to 2000, that is more focusing on the continuous improvement. So, this was a very much important breakthrough in the journey of quality, which has helped the companies to establish their credibility. Subsequently, say in the time period of 1996 to 97, say there was a need of re-engineering. It is realized by some of the organizations. They found that their processes, functions, whether administrative, manufacturing, they are not aligning with the overall vision, objectives, mission their company has set as a part of their ISO and other quality practices. So, now in order to align your system, people, administration and the processes, you need to restructure your organization and hence its processes. Also, the adoption of ERP and many other IT tools force the organizations to look for re-engineering, and hence the quality improvement was realized through the concept of re-engineering. Then what has happened, that companies, they have become more and more matured in their quality journey. They started delivering better and better products, and the competition has been intensified, and this intensified competition has led the organization to one more domain, and that is benchmarking. So, later on we will see benchmarking in detail, but here I would like to say that benchmarking is a process by which I humbly accept that within my industry or other industry there exists the best practice, and if I compare my practices with the best practice, then I will get a thrive motivation for bridging this gap, and in the process I can improve the quality. So, this was the time of benchmarking. Subsequently, the article is published in Harvard Business Review on balanced scorecard, and this concept basically has helped the company indirectly to look at their quality perspective. Now, indirectly means this balanced scorecard says that you cannot ensure the sustainability of the organization just by measuring financial performance. You need to also look at your processes, and you need to measure your performance in three other dimensions. So, these three dimensions include your innovation capabilities and learning capability, your internal process measurement, and your people related issue. So, these three dimensions, if you do not measure in addition to the financial performance, then you cannot really realize that in what way you should go ahead in the journey of quality. Then subsequently there were in fact many awards, but the most prestigious award in the quality is one, that is the Baldrige Award. So, many organizations across the world, also include say in India, they strive for this award, and Malcolm Baldrige evaluation framework checklist was developed, and the organizations as a whole, in terms of leadership, in terms of their processes, in terms of the people related issues and many other, they are assessed with respect to the say well established checklist of Baldrige Award, and then they are awarded this prestigious recognition. Then the course which we are say going through is Six Sigma, and mainly 1995 onwards. In fact, the Six Sigma concept, as I told, was developed by Motorola, and maybe 7-8 years back this concept they started implementing, but usually it has been seen that this concept has become very much popular since 1995, and till today companies, service and manufacturing both, they are receiving the immense benefits. So, if you see the key of Six Sigma, then it is all about reducing variability. variation is the enemy, and if you can reduce the variations, you would be producing better products, A grade products, delivering A grade services, and the value of that products and services will obviously be very high. Subsequently, say 2000 onwards, the lean concept came in picture, and we all know that Toyota has set the benchmark, established the excellence through their lean manufacturing practices. Toyota production system is a well known system in the world which has proved that even by adopting some simple principles, how you can improve your processes, how you can opt for the better quality. So, this concept was mainly value improvement approach, and it has focused on reduction of the waste and mainly creation of the value. Subsequently, 2002 onwards, people have realized why to have two separate approaches, why not to integrate them, and there was a logic. They said that let me first refine the system with the lean concept and try to see that system becomes less bulky, system becomes standardized, system becomes free from the wastages, and people working in the system, they are motivated, empowered, and following set of practices which in turn will enhance their morale. Once you qualify for this, and then if you go for Six Sigma, you really achieve the synergy of these two approaches. So, lean and Six Sigma now is not seen as two distinct approach. Industries, they also don't want to waste their administrative efforts, and say top management do not want to invest in different management philosophies. So, lean and Six Sigma now as a whole is seen as a competitive strategy to address the quality competitiveness for any service or manufacturing organization. Now, just to summarize whatever I have say elaborated, if you see the step by step journey, then inspection was the first one. Obviously, you will agree that inspection cannot really help. It just helps me to identify bad product and separate it out either for reject or rework, but the question still remains, why I have produced the bad products? So, then the concept came, that is quality control, as I said, then quality assurance, then total quality management, Lean Six Sigma separately, and then Lean Six Sigma as a whole. Now, let us try to appreciate this journey in a different way and try to see that what people were doing in the various phases. So, 1200 to 1799, you see, in one way or other, we had the manufacturing system, we had the factory system, and people were concerned about the quality. So, this was the era of guilds of Middle Europe. It means you had various trades based on the skills, unions, maybe groups you can say, and there the strict rules for products and services were followed, and typically in order to track my product and maintain the flow, stamps were used. Subsequently, 1800 to 1899, the focus has changed and we have become more say concentrated on product orientation. So, it was the era of industrial revolution. Trades were divided, as I said that previously it was the trade culture. Now trades were divided into special tasks. I want to go by the specific skill and required that skill by a particular task. So, typically this was a well known era of Taylorism. So, Taylor system was developed for scientific management, and obviously when you repetitively do a particular work, it gives you the learning effect, and because of this steep learning curve, your productivity and quality both improves. And then heavy emphasis on inspection for quality control. So, this was again say emphasis on inspection was more. Then 1900 to 1940, you can see that we have entered into the process orientation. Now, from product we have gone one step backward. It means people started thinking that why to control at the product level? If I can control my processes which is producing either a product or service, then a good process, meaning to say a well controlled process having less variability, will definitely deliver better quality products and services. So typically, as I mentioned, that this was an era where statistical process control was the tool, and since then we have always appreciated the use of statistical process control for establishing a good control over the processes. Subsequently, say during the World War II, there was another juncture and the quality had again catch the attention of defense sector as well as the industry, and here the quality has received another dimension, that is safety. So typically many military systems were developed for acceptance sampling and other things, so that even if you are working with a sample, you can assure that your quality is not much compromised, and military basically defense sector, they contributed a lot in the say era or in this era, and quality was strengthened. Then 1946 to present, typically we see this, obviously you can put Six Sigma and other thing as the era of total quality management as well as Six Sigma. So Japanese quality improvement and empowerment of the people, employee. So lot of literature is developed. Company, they started considering their people as their asset. They realize that if you don't improve the moral spirit of the people, then they cannot really deliver the quality, and unless they internalize the processes, the importance of quality, they can never commit for any quality either in administration or manufacturing. And hence the people training, empowerment, motivation, leadership, many other issues as a part of total quality management have become a central focus part of the quality journey. Now if we just see the evolution of Six Sigma, which is the central focus of this particular course, then it is developed by Bill Smith, Motorola, a quality manager, led by Michael Harvey, implemented, began at Motorola in 1987, and this particular strategy focused on DMAIC, define, measure, analyze, improve and control, has helped the Motorola to win the first Baldrige Award in 1988. Then many companies throughout the world, they adopted this Six Sigma and they realized the immense benefits. So I have presented the timeline that 1885 to 1992 Motorola, then some refinements Asia Brown, Bowery, and then Allied Signal, General Electric, Nokia, mobile phones, and Bombardier, Sibbe, and subsequently say Lockheed Martin, Sony, many companies, well known organizations, and then Ford, DuPont, Dow Chemical, Bank of America, they realized the significant benefits of this Six Sigma approach. So if we just see how Six Sigma originated at Motorola, then Motorola was facing a serious competitive challenge from Japanese pagers in late 1970s. So usually it is said that unless you realize a need, you don't discover. So that was the time for Motorola to really think critically and investigate how they can survive and compete. So Motorola lost a substantial market share and made huge losses. Motorola quality had not deteriorated in 1980 compared to earlier, and the competition was offering much better products. So the consensus was that our quality stinks. Motorola introspected, accepted that yes, we have a quality problem, and then the question comes, how do we make better product, A-grade product, competitive product which can satisfy the customer in terms of quality at the lesser price. So they realized that the variation, you can see the shape. This is typically bell shape, normal distribution, and we will see this shape again and again and discuss many issues specific to the variability, but variability is the enemy. Now please understand that I cannot convert these into one line. So for example, if you say that can I really say put a line here and reduce or eliminate all the variability? Sorry, this is absolutely not possible. You cannot have the product exactly produced at the target or service, but yes, it is quite possible to center my process by reducing the variability, and reducing the variability means I would be producing better product, grade A product, which will receive higher value. So now if we see further, then achieve victory over variation by controlling the processes at Six Sigma level. I would just like to remind you that Six Sigma is a journey. It is a philosophy. It is a kind of set of tools and techniques which helps you to improve your quality. Now, Six Sigma is not just like a wrapper that you will put on the chocolate and your chocolate will have a great taste. It is not possible. What is possible is to understand that a particular process in your organization is at what sigma level, and there is a procedure we will see how to find it out. Now once you figure out that my process is at 2 sigma level, then you need to set a systematic cycle of DMAIC in order to see that I can achieve a reasonable improvement from maybe 2 sigma to 3 sigma or 3.5 sigma in next 6 months or 1 year. Once you achieve that, once again set your reasonable target, once again operate with the DMAIC cycle, address the new issues, and this will help you to keep on going till you reach to the Six Sigma. So typically as I mentioned that Six Sigma and Lean can give you the best say integration and synergy. Let us just little bit see that how this synergy is possible. So whether we need Six Sigma or Lean, I need not to answer. Both are necessary and synergy is the best. So there are various indications. My material flow is poor, error rate is very high, my people are struggling with the quality, there are a lot of customer complaint, equipments are too slow. Now when you are faced with all such issues, you need to think, you need to introspect and see that how you can really take the advantage of Lean and Six Sigma in an integrated way to improve upon your quality dimensions. So typically if we see, then Lean manufacturing reduces lead time by eliminating waste in the value stream, provides the game plan and plays. It means it empowers the people with specific tasks, make them responsible, enhances the morale and take their commitment. Six Sigma, as I said, reduces process variation and it provides the play-by-play analysis, instant replay, so you can keep repeating DMAIC cycle and see that yes, I can further improve and move my process from present sigma to next sigma. Six Sigma or Lean manufacturing is flow focused. Lean cannot bring process under statistical control. That emphasis is not there. Japanese in that era were not very much impressed by statistical quality control. So mainly US organizations, they were going by their statistical quality control, and Japanese organizations, they were more on the Lean part. So fine, but both the approaches are extremely useful. So in summary, I can say we need both. So I just put the summary to compare Lean and Six Sigma. In Lean, typically we talk about 8 waste, initially it was 7, inventory, overproduction, correction, inspection, rework, material movement, waiting, motion, non-value added processing, underutilized people, Six Sigma, as I said, it mainly focuses on reducing the process variability. So, it's a combination of two powerful techniques, and we try to leverage the capability of some of the tools like 5S, value stream mapping, and Andon, Pokayoke, many other approaches of lean, as well as statistical quality control in the say Lean Six Sigma. So, integrating Six Sigma with lean leads lot of competitive advantage in terms of customer satisfaction, profitability improvement, historical integration problem can be resolved, and different system model is required. Finally, if I just summarize this lecture, then what are the key advantages of continuous improvement? We say that continuous improvement, it's a journey. I can never say that I have reached to the peak and achieved everything in my life. Same way, an organization cannot say that they are the best in the industry and it will remain forever. Always remember, there is a concept called quality winner and quality qualifier. Suppose you consider your present quality and the competitive price as your quality winner today, this will become your qualifier tomorrow. So, any quality winner becomes a quality qualifier tomorrow, and hence a company must put their people, processes, system, administration in the continuous improvement, and this is the only way to sustain and move ahead in your journey. Now, I would like to end the lecture with couple of interesting questions. You can think, do the brainstorming with your friends, colleagues in the industry, and just try to internalize the concepts we have covered in this particular session. So, first, what are the important milestones in the evolution of continuous improvement? How do you evaluate the key complexities associated with each of the milestones? How do you see the milestones as well as associated complexity in terms of people and processes? Why Lean and Six Sigma both are important? How an organization can derive the synergy by implementing both the concepts? And finally, how an organization should plan its continuous improvement journey since its beginning. Day one, you must plan your continuous improvement journey. Please understand, you cannot achieve everything in one day, but there is a saying that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that is where your continuous improvement journey has a role to play. Now, just can you develop a roadmap for a typical automobile manufacturing company? Just do the brainstorming, read about the characteristics of automobile company, go through couple of cases, and just think that suppose you want to open an automobile company, what kind of roadmap you will set in terms of milestones and in terms of quality initiatives that can help the company to become internationally recognized organization. So, these are some of the references I have used for say delivering this lecture. You can go through for further detail. Thank you very much, and we will meet again in the next lecture with few more concepts on quality. Enjoy the journey, be with me.